At an age when most athletes have long stepped away from elite competition, one of the greatest skiers of all time is preparing for yet another Olympic moment. Lindsey Vonn, a name synonymous with speed, power, and resilience, is once again heading toward the Winter Olympics in Italy, and this time she's doing it on her own terms. No distractions, no pressure to prove anything, just focus, clarity, and an unshakable belief that she still belongs at the very top.
For years, Lindsey Vonn's life was followed as closely for her performances on the slopes as for her relationships off them. She famously dated golf legend Tiger Woods between 2013 and 2015, a relationship that drew intense global attention. Before that, she was married to fellow skier Thomas Vonn from 2007 to 2013. Later, she became engaged to NHL star PK Subban, a relationship that ended in 2020.
Since then, Vonn has remained single, and as she prepares for the Games in Italy, she says that might be one of her greatest advantages yet.
For the first time in her entire Olympic career, Lindsey Vonn is entering the Games without the weight of a relationship alongside her. In her own words, it's been really nice to have no personal distractions. She recently revealed that she has never been single going into any Olympics before, and the experience has been refreshing. For an athlete who has spent more than 2 decades under constant scrutiny, the simplicity of focusing solely on herself has brought a new sense of calm. This renewed focus comes at a remarkable point in her career. After retiring from competitive skiing in 2019, many believed her days on the slopes were over for good. Chronic injuries, relentless pain, and repeated surgeries had taken their toll. At one point, it seemed impossible that she would ever compete again at the highest level. But Lindsey Vonn has never followed the expected path. A partial knee replacement changed everything. For the first time in years, she was able to fully straighten her leg again, opening the door to something few thought possible. Last season, she returned to competition, not as a nostalgic comeback act, but as a genuine contender. And she didn't just return, she won.
2 victories in World Cup downhill races brought her career total to an astonishing 84 wins, further cementing her status as one of the most successful alpine skiers in history. The form she showed was the same form that once made her an Olympic champion and a 4-time World Cup overall winner. Age, it seemed, had not dulled her edge. As the Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina approach, Vonn is widely expected to be among the favorites for gold in the speed events. That expectation doesn't come from hype or sentimentality. It comes from results, from performance, and from the respect she commands within the sport. Even her coach, Axel Lund Svindal, has stated that she is now technically better than when she retired. It's a stunning assessment, and one that speaks volumes about her evolution as an athlete.
Off the slopes, Vonn's life has taken a different turn. After retiring in 2019, she became a prominent figure in fashion and media, modeling for magazines and maintaining a high-profile public image. Her modeling work showcased a confident, powerful woman comfortable in her own skin, whether wearing athletic gear or high-fashion outfits. But behind the glamour, the competitor inside her never truly disappeared. Now, at 41, Lindsey Vonn is approaching the Olympics with a level of perspective she never had in her younger years. She has been clear that this comeback is not about proving anything to critics or rewriting her legacy. In her own words, she's already won everything she ever dreamed of winning. This journey, she says, is about meaning, purpose, and the belief that she can still make a positive impact.
She describes standing at the starting gate now with clarity, wisdom, and knowledge that only comes with experience. The nerves are different. The pressure feels lighter. Where younger athletes might feel overwhelmed, Vonn sees opportunity. She believes that her age is an advantage, not a weakness, and she intends to use it to the fullest.
There's something powerful about an athlete who no longer needs validation. Someone who has already reached the summit, fallen, climbed back up, and chosen to return simply because they love what they do and believe they can still succeed. Lindsey Vonn's story heading into the Winter Olympics in Italy is not just about medals or records. It's about resilience, self-belief, and redefining what's possible later in life.
As the world watches her glide back onto the Olympic stage, one thing is clear. This isn't a farewell tour, and it isn't a publicity stunt. It's a calculated, confident return from an athlete who understands herself better than ever before.
Whether she stands on the podium or not, Lindsey Vonn has already delivered a powerful message that focus can be freeing, that setbacks don't define endings, and that sometimes the strongest comeback comes when you stop trying to prove anything at all. As the countdown to Milan Cortina continues, fans around the world will be watching closely, because when Lindsey Vonn stands at the top of that course, ready to launch herself down the mountain once more, she won't just be racing against the clock. She'll be racing with clarity, confidence, and a legacy that's still very much alive.